Make room for Javi.
Welcome to my Project a Day video, where I explain a project or tell a story each day for a year, and I attempt to complete my shop. Okay, folks, it's time to take this thing apart. There's a table and other stuff leaning on it. I'm just going to start on this side and see what I can do. Perhaps later what I'll do is I'll also clean up the place. This last weekend we were out of town, but I always make sure I have enough footage for those mini vacations. Okay, here we go. Time to sweep again. Sweeping is always good. Now, because I know myself, I'm not the type of person to put stuff away immediately. I have an interesting system of organization that works very, very well for me. Sometimes I tend to work on a certain project, and I leave all my tools out. As a result, I can't find a lot of my tools because I finished the project and they're all laying on a table or in a car or in a workbench somewhere. I've made it a habit to have a box. We'll call it the inbox because, well, that's what I call it. When I finish a project and I want to clean up quick, I don't know if you guys are the same way, but when we were young in school, we used to do a trunk clean. How many of you are familiar with trunk clean? A trunk clean is this. You're about to go on a date. You're a guy that's eaten a lot of Burger King and might have some Burger King wrappers in the car. You might not. You might be nice and neat. And you might have tools in the car because you worked on a radio or whatever. Back in the day, we could leave stuff in the car without worrying about it getting stolen. My car, on the weekend, before a date, was filled with papers from homework, tools, or whatever else. Because as a teenager, that was my little office. Friday night or Saturday rolls around, I got a hot date. Well, I don't want the girl to think I'm a slob or anything like that. Some teenage boys clean up right away. They're very, very meticulous about it. Some just leave the mess for later, procrastinate a bit. I was the procrastinator. And as a result, I always had a mess in my car on Thursday, which on Friday I would do a trunk clean. A trunk clean is you grab everything because you're in a hurry to get to your date and you throw it in the trunk. Ladies, you want to know if a guy is a slob or a neat freak or any level in between? Look in the trunk and judge for yourselves. Find a way to look in the trunk. Don't just go prying. If it's a nice, neat vacuum trunk, like, well, mine was most of the time because I would often go to a car wash and clean everything out, throw it in one big box, and then empty the box at home. But oftentimes I was in a hurry, I was late, I was busy with my other buddies, and I didn't have time, so trunk clean to the rescue. Well, when you're older, it's not too different. I've got some great habits. I've got some bad ones. I'm trying to work on all the bad ones, and it's a lifelong process. As a result, I tend to leave stuff lying around not in its proper place. Unlike my wife, who is so disciplined, she will always put everything back in its proper place. And being married for almost 25 years, that has rubbed off on me. I've tried to be more minimalistic over the years and try to be a lot neater. Tried. I'm still working on it. One of the things that works for me and my particular modus operandi is having a box, and whenever I finish with something, throw the stuff in the box. The box may not be put away right away. I might move on to the next thing, but I know the box is there. But in my spare time, I take an hour and put away all the stuff that hasn't been put away. We all do this from time to time at different intervals. I know some of you are saying, well, why don't you just put the stuff away? Because that's not me. I sprayed a wasp's nest. I didn't put it away right away because I was still working on my car. I have the tools from my car. I finished working on it while I was working on something else. And then I was called away. And then there's lunch. And then. I mean, that's the way it happens most of the time. So if you're working on 1, 2, or 3 projects, which I try not to, but when you do, and you're older and you don't remember where you put everything, stuff gets misplaced. Hence, the system. Now, where did I put my crowbar? Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. I enjoy reading them, particularly when they're pleasant. Please subscribe, and as always, have a great day.
Make room for Javi.